So over the last couple weeks, I've been interning here at Van Dam Custom Boats. This is a short documentary reviewing what I've learned and some of my projects. I hope you enjoyed as much as I have. Alright, well, let's get started. For my first project, I was tasked with designing an end-boom furler for an MC scow. I first started with preliminary background research and identifying the design hurdles. Moving on to moment of inertia studies for material conversions, then I found myself in the position to start designing. Throughout the process, there were many design challenges, mainly component, location, and geometry. Some of these included gooseneck and mandrel joint options, fore versus aft mounted drums, and determining vang angle and location. It was 87 degrees, by the way. And then I also needed to redesign the cut of the sail. During this process, we also worked with Quantum to design a close-footed, full-length batten mainsail, along with many alterations to help guide the luff tape into the sail track. I needed to design a bearing housing that could take axial loads as well as thrusting loads. After some research and review with my project managers, I came up with some variation of a flanged linear bearing. I actually chose to use Delrin as my bearing material due to its resistance to friction and fatigue, as well as its ability to dissipate heat. So another interesting project I got to work on was designing a set of pad eyes for a bridle system. I haven't really ever seen a design like this. It was actually inspired by olive knuckle hinges. Although the best part about my experience was the company's culture. Van Dam is a company that is deeply rooted in integrity, equality, and keeping things fun. On my first day, Ben actually greeted me with a booklet and a stack of many papers. The booklet contained the company's fundamentals, a rite of passage if you will. 37 fundamentals to help you and those around you grow. Here are a few that I've personally taken to heart. Fundamental 27, assume positive intent. Work from the assumption that people are good, fair, and honest, and that the intent behind their actions is positive. Set aside your own judgments and preconceived notions. Give people the benefit of the doubt. And fundamental 19, listen generously and fully. Listening is more than simply not speaking. Be present and engaged. Truly listening is one of the greatest skills you can ever learn. The stack of papers that I mentioned earlier was a combination of passages, articles, and life lessons that was handed to each new employee on their first day. The paper that stood out to me the most was Mel's Credo. Mel's Credo is a passage about attitude. He was convinced that life is only 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. I've made some wonderful connections along the way and met many new lifelong friends. I'd like to finish with Fundamental 37, practice gratitude. Think of all we have to be grateful for and appreciate the people and opportunities that we are lucky enough to be a part of. Today is my last day at Van Dam. I've learned a lot and I've met a lot of wonderful people. Thank you so much for this opportunity.